Did you tear up at the end?
No, I didn't.
So there's something wrong with me then.
That romantic comedies, in my opinion, have been letting us down for the past years now. So going into people meet on vacation, I wasn't really expecting anything.
Yeah, I agree. If you're always watching our videos, you know we always talk about forgettable rom-coms, and that's what this word
Yes.
said. Forgettable
You know,
rom-coms.
we've not used in a while because I don't think we even watched anything last year that we termed it forgettable
I think
rom-coms.
we did, but but not a lot of them.
Yeah, there just been a lot of forgettable rom-coms.
This is the first film I watched this year.
Yeah, this is the first movie I watched this year. So I don't think it's on the pile of forgettable rom-coms, but I don't think it's in that standard 90s, 2000s romantic
No.
comedy yet.
It tried, but I don't think it was that Reese Witherspoon kind of tried.
Yes. Welcome to our channel. My name is Joaquin.
And I am in for men. So people will meet on vacation follows these two best friends.
Yeah.
They are the complete opposites of each other, Poppy and Alex. And they had this pact where every summer they travel to different countries, different destinations every summer together. But one summer actually kind of ruins the entire thing that they have to question if they wanted to continue with their friendship the way it was or not.
I don't think people we meet on vacation is even trying to revamp the whole idea of romantic comedies. Not at all. And mind you, this is actually a book adaptation by Emily Henry.
Yeah.
So you already know that how rom-coms and books are, and honoring it on screen on Netflix now. Let's start with the actors, the characters now. I read the book. I personally read the book, and I feel like this movie honored, to an extent, it honored the entire the personalities of our characters here. Yeah, it did.
I always wanted to read the book, but I never really came around to it, and I'm angry that I could not read it before the film came. But I'm okay with the film, kind of. I know I'm missing out on things that should be in the movie, but I like it. I think the character chemistry was pretty good. It was electric, kind of, because it's always a nice recipe when you have somebody that's your polar opposite and somebody that's your best friend at the same time. But somehow you can make this thing work as friends, and it's just pretty interesting.
Bad at My Lady Jane. We are still reeling from Prime Video actually cancelling that show. But we're going to take this one now. Netflix, thank you for bringing that back to our screens. I think she was such a good Poppy. Most of the time in the book, Poppy relied very heavily on internal monologue because she's fighting this longing that she has for her best friend.
Ooh.
She's quite funny in the book.
You can see in her eyes sometimes that there's this yearning for this friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
But I think Alex's character had more of the yearning and wanting her to be more than just his friend.
The thing I liked that Emily did so well in this role, her face was telling a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And it was, in response to you saying that Alex, you could see the longing and the yearning more on Alex's face, which Tom nailed this role so much. I could not think of a better Alex, honestly.
Oh.
So Tom here, you can see the longing on his face, and that's what made this book really frustrating when I was reading the book. That you have to, because the story is told from Madame's point of view, Poppy. It is so obvious.
How is that he's not from her point of view, but you're saying a yearning more?
It is so obvious that this guy is in love with you. So most of the time it's also annoying that this longing you're doing, can't you tell? Can't you see that this man is not rejecting you? Can't you tell that this man
sometimes you just need to open your mouth and say what they want, not
this girl, she was just assuming that he cannot like her. Then he, on the other hand, he's saying, oh, she will not like him because she thinks I'm boring and everything. So I can understand his point of view for Poppy, because Poppy is just outgoing girl. She dates people. Him, on the other hand, he's with this on and off girl, Sarah. So I can understand his point of view. But for Poppy, it was obvious that this guy loves you so much. So it was
obvious, but at the same time, from the movie, I could see that I could not really tell so much if she liked. I know that she liked him, but she don't really want to give into it so much. I guess that's what it was. So I wish we got to see that side of Poppy actually from the movie. So that means something was actually missing. Okay, so you feel like chemistry was not 100. Ooh, I think your chemistry is 100. There are people that you just see and you're like, oh my god, these people will be a perfect couple.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that for chemistry wise, I think that the movie portrayed it better than the book. Oh. Yeah, it was there, but how hot everything is on screen, it really nailed it so much for me. I like that. I like that so much.
But the friendship helps with the emotional parts. That okay, these
Yeah.
people are actually falling for each other slowly. You can see that
From the
okay, you are my
dance and
person.
everything.
We are going on vacation together. We're hanging out, talking on
Yeah.
the phone. So it really makes sense that it was happening to them.
Yeah. People went on vacation was perfect, but there are some things that were still janky.
What did you like?
The whole Sarah thing. This is not a book to movie review, so I'm not going to go into that. However, I don't like the fact where they now like made Sarah and Poppy versus Alex in the middle, like a love triangle. It was a love triangle if you think about it, but in the book, it was not like a love triangle per se. It was like they had their own issues, on and off, on and off, on and off. While these two, they have their own longing for each other. She was at she was not really in the mix.
Okay.
But seeing how when she came to Tuscany and she's saying, "Oh, it's a love like a love triangle. Like you don't see me, you only see your friend." It's not fair,
I
but
think it's a normal thing that with friendships like this, that the other person's partner might feel a little bit left out of this friendship or might not understand it. That okay, why are you both such close friends?
Yeah.
But I don't think it shouldn't be any question because you don't really ask if Y and his male friends are such close friends.
Yes.
I don't know why people just make having male and female friendships into a weird thing.
Yes.
And that's one thing. I think that's my only beef with this film at the same time. It's not
Yeah.
just as I like that, okay, they had a friendship that led to this emotional connection for them. I also feel like not every time that people
can be friends.
Yeah, people can just be friends and people can be friends. Really, people don't have to.
So I think that's what they were trying to do. That's why they made them such polar opposites. How will the relationship work with these two people? This one like itinerary.
Yeah, it's my own staple.
This girl doesn't like it, so it's just very interesting. However, yeah, there's some times where some things were just like thrown in. But overall, I think the only piece I have with this movie is that if I walked into this movie, never reading the book before, I would have still enjoyed it. So that's what I like about it. That okay, I'm not worried about people that haven't read the book. Yes, it paid homage to the book, but at the same time, it decided to make it its own. Let's say you're in a relationship, any relationship at all. Would you say you're a Poppy or an Alex?
I'm definitely an Alex because I am not the one that would be going outside and being able to live large and there will definitely be a vacation for me that exists somewhere. I'm more like Alex. Okay, depends on where I am right now. If I'm in this place, game. If I'm in the court, like I'm ready for game. If I am on holiday, maybe I want to throw my hands up in the air and do whatever. So I think I am mostly an Alex in a relationship.
I think I'm a little bit of both. I think I'm a little bit of both Alex and Poppy. In as much as I love to have fun, I also like some kind of order. I like my things my way, sometimes a certain way. So yeah, I think I'm a mix of both, and that's what makes People Meet on Vacation interesting, both the book and the movie. I try to say that okay, that vacation Alex exists because that's who Alex is, but a lot of things that just made him to be this Alex that we see, and honestly, that's what separates the book from the movie. There's more story behind Alex and why he is like this. Like Alex is actually still grieving. He was that sibling that was always present for everyone in his family, including his father, especially his father. He had to be the person that would step in. Then also, what else? He was still grieving his mother, like the scene where Poppy had this pregnancy scare. In the book, it was handled a lot differently because Alex actually has this fear of death and losing somebody, and that's just some things that were missing that gave Alex's character some
depth. I like it. I think that one thing that would have helped this story being on screen is if they made it like one day.
Yes.
If you watch the series One Day that came out 2 years ago, February, it had this timeline that okay, these people, these friends growing together, loving each other, but not really saying they love each other, and until they make it together as a couple. So I think if they had gone with the 1 day format, it would have worked very well for this story.
I totally agree. Because when I was doing comparing notes for book versus movie, I just said that it would have been great for limited series. Think 1 day, have to make changes. I think a limited series would have been perfect.
Yeah, it would have been perfect
for this one. But let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this is something that you highly recommend to anybody that loves romantic comedies, or is it a hard pass for you? For us, I think I recommend it to people who love romance.
Yeah, I recommend it. Did you tear up at the end?
No, I didn't.
So there's something wrong with me then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goodbye.